Is Brandon Hyde the right guy for the Baltimore Orioles in 2023 and beyond? That's right, the crack of the bat, the spring weather. It's baseball time back here on the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. I got your 2023 Baltimore Orioles season preview and predictions starting with the man in charge, the manager, Brandon Hyde. What's up, Flex Zone family, Orioles fans? It is that time of year back again with more baseball content on the channel. Flex Zone, only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you're new, hit that like button, hit that bell, sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and predictions for the 2023 Baltimore Orioles. And let me know what you think about Brandon Hyde. Is he the right man for the Orioles? And is he going to be with us long term? And can he get us to the promised land? And Brandon Hyde, I like Brandon Hyde. I did not know much about him when he was hired, but hearing he was with the Chicago Cubs and part of that World Series winning organization when they were at their peak, I think Brandon Hyde is a calm, cool, collected for the most part manager who knows the game of baseball and isn't so out of touch with today's game, even though he played when a lot of the things that are going today were not as prevalent. He's good with young talent. I think he is a leader of men, and I think he really, really goes to bat and protects his players and makes sure he tries to put them, for the most part, in the best position to be successful. And I think he's a forgiving manager. You hear about guys who one guy makes a mistake or a guy does something that they don't like and they put him in the doghouse. I think Brandon Hyde is got amnesia. He's a forgiving manager who, if he knows a guy can help him, if he knows this situation in a certain aspect of a game can help him, he will make those adjustments, I think, to help his team and help that player to get confidence as well. I think he's an equal opportunity manager, tries to give everybody equal playing time as well. And I think it's a lot of things that go into that with the baseball game that it is. But Brandon Hyde is entering his fifth season as Orioles manager. Started in 2019. They went 54 and 108. 2020, the shortened season, that was 25 and 35. Remember, they played a shortened 70 game season and 60 game season. Yeah, 60 game season. I'm saying 75. My math is terrible right now. Analytics. But 35 and 25 in 2020 actually, probably, if that was a full season, would have eclipsed the 54 win total and the 52 of 2021, where they won 52 and 110. They might have won 65 games if that was a regular season, only 10 games under 500. They might have won 65, 70 games that year. Who knows? But shortened COVID season. So I don't really count that season. But 2022, they went 83 and 79, had a rough start. And I thought, well, they're going to lose 100 games. I had them at 52 and 100, or 62 and 100. And they exceeded all of our projections, no matter who you are, the diehardest of Orioles fans, no matter how much purple an orange, Kool-Aid you're drinking. Got the Lamar situation on my mind with the Ravens, but so you'll see the videos on that on the channel. But 512 win percentage this year, a 31 win improvement. Sporting News Manager of the Year, as he should have been. Got a lot of love in that department. And I think Brandon Hyde this season, the rumors about his contract, what is his contract status? We know he signed through 2023. They haven't, Mike Elias and those guys haven't disclosed what the specifics are. I do think we're at a situation where it is going to be after 2023. I would say he comes back in 2024 because I think last year they were a year ahead of schedule. I actually think 2023, this coming season, was a season where the Orioles should be competitive, be around 500. They've exceeded that now in my projections. I think they won 83 last year. They don't start as bad this year. They get more help after the All-Star break with John Means and others, which I'll get into in other videos. Maybe make some moves at the deadline to bolster the team if they need to, or other guys coming up from the minors. This team could win another 7, 8, 10 games possibly. They could really legitimately be in the hunt, not only for a wild card, but in the thick of it with the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Rays, the Red Sox, and the AL East. I don't think the Red Sox are going to be very good, but those other three teams. And with the AL expanded playoff, I think they have a shot this year, at least to be in wild card contention. So if Brandon Hyde can continue to improve on the win total he had last year, I think that is great. They're a year ahead of schedule, in my opinion, and I think he has a lot to do with that, the way he manages. And last year, he did have some questionable lineup changes and lineup decisions where guys weren't in the lineup or guys were taken out of the lineup for an extended period of time because of their splits between righties and lefties. And I think guys like Cedric Mullins and certain guys who probably should have played more, guys who were struggling, Hayes and Mountcastle did struggle a little bit, and maybe some other guys who could have got more opportunities, but not having Mullins in a lineup, that one really resonated with me as to, okay, put your best players in and give yourself a chance to win when you're still in the hunt. But I think he signed through 2023. I think it's a team. I think it's like a mutual option, but I think it's a team option where if he does what he's supposed to, even if this team doesn't make the playoffs, if they're winning more games than they did last year, which I think is safe to say, without barring major injuries, I think he comes back in 2024, and 2024 is a poop or get off the pot type of year. I think this year they're expecting wild card contention. And I think if he keeps him in that wild card contention, I think he does come back in 2024. And I would like to see him get a long-term deal. Sign him through 2025, 2026. Give him that stability of 2023, but 2024, 2025. And maybe, who knows? We get to the middle part of the year and this team is competitive. They could announce a contract extension through 2025. But I think it's a situation where he signed through 2023 and he will inevitably have that option picked up. And I think he will be here in 2024. Let me know your comments, your thoughts about Brandon Hyde. Do you like him? Do you think he's the guy for the Orioles? Looking at some of the other managers he has to contend against in his own division, the Aaron Boones, the Kevin Cashes. These guys are this division, in my opinion. Yes, the Yankees and Blue Jays are, I think, the two better teams right now going into the season. But with less AL East games, I think this benefits a team like the Orioles. Yes, they play more in interleague games, but Brandon Hyde is familiar with the National League. And the Orioles were pretty darn good last year against the National League, from what I remember. Had a very, very strong winning streak in the middle of the season at one point as well. I think they played very, very well on the road, a lot better than they have in previous years. And I think that's going to be the key moving forward. But I think Brandon Hyde is the right manager for 2023 and beyond. And I think he is the guy that can really take this team to where we would like to be, and that is a pennant-winning, World Series contending team for the next decade and more. I think Mike Elias and Hyde have done a fantastic job drafting, developing, and deepening the international pool. And I think with some of the moves they could make at the trade deadline by trading guys or bringing guys up, getting John Means back, and I think having that tenured voice that is kind of, his message isn't stale yet. Brandon Hyde. A lot of people thought he may be the guy before the guy, like we saw with the Astros with Bo Porter, where he was the guy that got them to the guy, which was AJ Hinch, even though the cheating scandals and all of that. But I thought maybe Brandon Hyde would have been a guy to get us to the guy as well. But I think Brandon Hyde is developing into the guy where he's had his growing pains. He hasn't had the most talented roster for 3 or 4 years. And I think there's a chance he really, really could develop and be a guy who is the manager for the Baltimore Ravens well beyond 2023. And I think he's going to do a wonderful job this season. Like I said, I'll do more predictions, more previews. They're coming your way. They will be here on the channel. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell. Let me know what Orioles content you want to see throughout the season. There will be plenty of it. There will be a lot of it here on the channel. Brandon Hyde, you get 2 thumbs up from Flex Zone Podcast. We like you. We like what you're doing. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts on Brandon Hyde and his managerial outlook for 2023. And is he the guy for the Baltimore Orioles? Signing off, guys. Peace. I'll see you for the next review and preview of a position, starters, bullpen, infield, outfield. We got it all here in the Flex Zone.